burning metal. "Found something, sir?" Rodriguez called out, his gloved hands carefully examining documents from a destroyed technical. "These aren't standard cartel operation plans. This is military-grade intelligence." Morrison knelt beside his medic, studying the partially burned papers. These convoy routes weren't just leaked. Someone provided them with complete operational details, including response protocols. "That explains their success rate," Ghost added, securing his sniper rifle while joining them. "They weren't just getting lucky, they knew exactly how our forces would react." Tech approached, carrying a damaged laptop. "Sir, what's left of their communication equipment is interesting. They were running an encrypted network that mirrors our own protocols. This isn't cartel standard." Lieutenant Torres' voice came through their comms. "Command centers picking up scattered communications from their retreat. They're heading into the Sierra Madre Mountains. Satellite shows multiple potential compounds in that region." "Of course they are," Morrison muttered. "Tank? What's the status on the prisoners?" 3 captured, 2 wounded. They're low-level muscle, but one of them might be worth talking to. Former Mexican military, based on his tattoos. A new voice cut through their channel. "Commander Morrison, this is Agent Reyes. I'm 5 minutes from your position. DEA has some intel you need to see." Morrison exchanged looks with his team. The DEA's involvement wasn't part of the original plan. "Copy that, Agent. We'll meet at the convoy." Meanwhile, in a hastily established hideout 30 kilometers away, El Coyote paced nervously in front of a satellite video feed. 3 shadowed figures watched him from the screen. This wasn't just a random patrol, El Coyote insisted. They knew everything. The entire operation was a trap. "Calm yourself, Vicente," the central figure spoke, his American accent carrying an air of authority. "What exactly did you observe about their tactics?" "They weren't trying to stop us. They were studying us, testing our responses. They let some of my men escape deliberately. And the convoy's cargo? We never got close enough to verify its contents, but if your intelligence was correct about what it was carrying, the cargo is irrelevant now," the figure interrupted. "What matters is containment. Your organization has been compromised. Implement Protocol Black." El Coyote's face paled. "But that would mean everyone who knew about the operation. Everyone. We can't risk loose ends." Back at the ambush site, Agent Maria Reyes stepped out of her unmarked SUV, her tactical gear marking her as more than a standard DEA agent. She carried a thick file under one arm. "Commander," she greeted Morrison. 3 months tracking these. Shipment hijacks, and you managed to break their pattern in one night. Impressive." "We had good intel," Morrison replied carefully. "Better than you know." She opened her file. These attacks weren't random. They were probing operations, testing response times and protocols, building a blueprint of our entire supply chain security system. Tech looked up from the laptop he was still examining. "Commander, I've broken through their first encryption layer. These aren't just convoy routes. They have detailed information about 6 different military installations along the border." "That matches our findings," Reyes confirmed. "We think the convoy hijackings were just a cover for something bigger. They were mapping our entire border defense infrastructure." Morrison studied the documents spread before them on the hood of the vehicle. This level of intelligence gathering, the precision of their operations, they're building up to something. "The question is what?" Ghost added, joining them. "And who's helping them? This isn't standard cartel behavior. They're usually hit and run, not whatever this is." A burst of static came through their comms, followed by Torres's urgent voice. "Commander, we've got movement. Large convoy of vehicles leaving Ciudad Negro, heading into the mountains. Thermal imaging shows they're burning documents." "Protocol Black," Reyes said suddenly, her face grim. "It's a cartel cleanup protocol. They're eliminating everyone connected to the operation." Morrison's decision was immediate. "Gear up. We're moving out in 5. Whatever they're trying to hide, we need to find it before they destroy everything. Sir, Tank called out, the prisoner's talking. Says there's a main compound in the Sierra Madre. Some kind of command center they've been building for months. That fits, Reyes added. We've detected unusual construction activity in that region, but the terrain makes surveillance almost impossible. Morrison gathered his team. Listen up. Whatever we stumbled into here is bigger than a few stolen shipments. These people have military-grade intelligence, professional training, and resources we haven't seen before in cartel operations. We're going to follow them into those mountains and find out exactly what we're dealing with. What about the cleanup? Crews? Ghost asked. We can't save everyone, Morrison replied grimly. But we can follow the bodies. People this organized don't leave loose ends without a reason. Every person they're trying to eliminate is a potential lead. Tech finished downloading data from the captured equipment. Sir, these frequencies they're using, they're military bands. Someone with high-level access is helping them. Then we'll find them too, Morrison stated. Gear up for mountain warfare. We're dealing with an enemy that knows our playbook, so we're going to have to write a new one. As his team prepared for pursuit, Morrison studied the mountain range looming in the distance. Somewhere in those peaks, answers were waiting. But first, they'd have to survive the climb. Torres's voice crackled through once more. Sir, thermal. Imaging shows multiple vehicles converging on a single location. Whatever they're protecting up there, they're willing to kill their own people to keep it secret. Good, Morrison replied. That means we're close to something important, and people who are scared make mistakes. The team moved out under the cover of darkness, leaving the desert battlefield behind. Ahead lay the Sierra Madre Mountains, where the real war was about to begin. The cartel thought the mountains would protect them. They were about to learn that altitude only makes the hunters more dangerous. Telling and preparing this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now, back to the story. The Sierra Madre Mountains loomed like ancient sentinels in the pre-dawn light, their peaks shrouded in low-hanging clouds. Commander Morrison's team moved through the treacherous terrain in a modified diamond formation, every step calculated, against the double threat of cartel surveillance and the lethal landscape itself. Elevations affecting their vehicle performance, Ghost reported from his forward position. Thermal scope revealing heat signatures ahead. They're starting to bunch up on the switchbacks. Morrison studied the mountain paths through his binoculars. They're funneling toward that ridgeline. Tech, what's the thermal reading on the north face? Picking up unusual heat signatures. Sir, consistent with hidden infrastructure. Could be power generators, ventilation systems. Agent Reyes, who had insisted on accompanying the team, pointed to a seemingly natural rock formation. That matches our geological surveys. There's something big buried in that mountain that shouldn't be there. The team's advance was interrupted by Torres' urgent transmission. Multiple vehicles breaking off from the main convoy. They're heading for secondary positions. Thermal shows armed personnel deploying in a defensive pattern. They're setting up a gauntlet, Tank observed, using the terrain to force us into kill zones. Morrison processed the tactical situation quickly. They know these mountains. Probably have pre-prepared positions. Ghost, find me a way around their lines. Already on it, sir. There's a shepherd's path about half a click east. Steep, but it'll put us above their positions. Meanwhile, inside the mountain facility, El Coyote burst into the main control room, his usual composure shattered. They followed us. Somehow they followed us. The facility's interior revealed a stark contrast to the rugged exterior, modern. Equipment, advanced security systems, and personnel moving with military precision. A large digital map displayed multiple tracking signals converging on their location. Calm yourself, a voice spoke from the shadows. Colonel Richard Hayes stepped into the light, his U.S. military uniform incongruous in the cartel facility. This facility was designed to withstand military assault. Even SEALs can't breach these defenses easily.